Have you ever wondered why do some people have near-death experiences and others do not? And what exactly happens to our consciousness as a person dies? It's a question that medical researchers are actively investigating and trying to understand. In this video, I'm sharing some great news. Medical science appears to be progressing in unraveling our consciousness and the human spirit. Personally, I'm elated to read cutting-edge research studies that combine spirituality and science. As a spirit medium and a former trauma ICU nurse, I have frequently observed terminal lucidity, that sudden return of awareness in dying patients. Often they will point at or talk to unseen relatives. Also, I survived a near-drowning incident 3 years ago, and I can tell you that near-death experiences are vivid, full of peace, and they are very real. Science is finally validating what many people have known for a long time. As the physical body ceases, the energy of our soul consciousness persists and continues on. On that note, let's get started. It's been well established that irreversible brain damage can occur when the heart stops beating, leading to a cessation of blood flow and oxygen supply to the brain. The brain is highly sensitive to a lack of oxygen, and without proper circulation, brain cells begin to die within minutes. The term often used to describe this situation is anoxic brain injury. Considering this information, let's look at a recent groundbreaking study led by Dr. Jimo Borjigan and her medical team at the University of Michigan, where they specifically examined consciousness as a component of their investigation. The research focused on 4 patients who, following cardiac arrest, were in a comatose state characterized by unresponsiveness and were diagnosed with anoxic brain injury. As a side note, it is also important to clarify that these patients had some brainwave activity and were not clinically brain dead. Given the poor prognosis, each family elected to withdraw heroic measures. The families also gave medical researchers permission to monitor the brainwave activity with an electroencephalogram, or EEG monitor, during and immediately following the withdrawal of life support. In 2 of the 4 patients, the medical researchers noted a sudden surge in gamma brainwaves, which are associated with consciousness and focused thought. This intriguing discovery suggests the potential persistence of consciousness at the time of death. In a similar vein, another study on consciousness led by Dr. Sam Parnia at NYU focused on 53 patients who underwent CPR after an in-hospital cardiac arrest and survived. In the study, the patients were monitored with EEG to measure brainwaves during the resuscitation and afterwards. Medical researchers discovered instances of heightened consciousness occurring for up to an hour after the initial cardiac arrest. Following the initial study, the research team conducted interviews with 28 out of the 53 patients to explore their recall of the experience. Surprisingly, 11 of the 28 patients reported being aware of their CPR, and 6 recounted having a near-death experience. Expanding their investigation, the team collected testimonies from an additional 126 survivors of cardiac arrest who self-reported NDEs, and remarkably, the narratives were consistent. In these accounts, many described a vivid recall, a sense of separation from their body, encounters with angelic beings, undergoing a life review, and receiving messages urging them to return to go back. The universal consistency across diverse experiences implies that the transition from life to death might trigger a state of disinhibition in the brain, enhancing the understanding of what some describe as new dimensions of reality. In a nutshell, these medical findings are revolutionizing our comprehension of consciousness and death. It may also open doors to understand the common and universal themes reported during a near-death experience. These findings are a testament to the relentless pursuit of knowledge by scientists all around the world. But remember, we're only scratching the scientific surface of this vast and complex topic. There's still much to learn about the intricate relationship between life and what happens to our consciousness at the time of death. The good news is that medical scientists are diligently researching to comprehend how our minds function and what transpires after our passing. They are trying to unravel this mystery and help us to see the amazing journey we're all on, the deep and interesting experience of being alive. Thank you for being part of today's insightful journey. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on our next adventure into the fascinating world of consciousness. Until next time, I truly appreciate your time, and always remember that you are amazing. Be sure to visit guidesofwisdom.com for more information.